Hello, everyone. Here's your weather hazard briefing for Tuesday, April 12th. Another day with some snow and some wind across central and eastern Idaho. We'll see a more showery versus widespread snow, although we're going to be watching one of these bands setting up across the Snake Plain into some of the adjacent highlands later on this afternoon and to tonight. Otherwise, it's going to be breezy, especially from Pocatello westward, also down towards the South Hills and the Albion Mountains. We've been talking about how cold it's been compared to average. The temperatures during this period when they're going to be the coldest will be today and tomorrow. And we continue to reload. We have another storm moving in later in the week, and heading into the weekend, we have another storm. That's going to keep that a chance of snow in the forecast. But warmer temperatures means, at least by the first part of the holiday weekend, the Easter weekend, it may be warm enough for mix or even just rain if we can get precipitation falling in some of our lower elevations. On the satellite, the low that we've been dealing with the past 24 hours is right along the Montana border this morning. This will race to the east. You can see we've already had the dry slot coming in with some gusty winds overnight across the Snake Plain into the South Hills. Those winds have let up a bit, but they will see an uptick this afternoon as this low races into the plains. Northwest flow comes into the area, and that's when we start to see more showers developing. And also with the north to northwest winds coming in out of the central mountains and across the Montana divide, meeting up with those stronger west to southwest winds. Where that band exactly sets up this afternoon, that's where we're going to be dealing with a very tight gradient from no snow to several inches of snow over a few hours. As we go with the weather risk outlook for today, we're even looking for a few thunderstorms again across the Snake Plain, but more likely, even though thunder will be isolated in nature, into the portions of the southeast highlands and the eastern highlands. Not much snow for tomorrow. Will be around. It will be around. It'll be not as breezy tomorrow, but there'll be a little bit of a wind. Breezy again on Thursday ahead of the next storm. The higher elevations seeing a little more impact from the snow and also up around Shoshone and the lava beds. Otherwise, light rain and snow heading to the weekend, with most of the impacts being over the eastern highlands and also up into the Sawtooths as well. So let's take a look at how things are going to progress today. With the low along the border moving east, we'll start to see, not necessarily right around sunrise, but not too long after sunrise, we'll see snow showers increasing across the area. Now, right around 10, 11, right around noon, you can see that convergence band developing, basically starting around Rexburg to Idaho Falls, back into the bench areas, and also back towards the Arco Desert, towards Mackey and Arco, and even a little bit of an extension that up towards Chalice and the Frank Church Wilderness. As we go through this afternoon, you'll see that band trying to become more defined as we go into the mid to late afternoon hours. That band's a little bit elongated from right around Palisades back through the bench areas along 15, Arco Desert back up towards Chalice, Arco, and Mackey. There's still a little bit of uncertainty exactly where this band is going to meet up, and it's going to depend on how the north winds meet up with those south winds coming up the Magic Valley into the Snake Plain. But if you look, we'll show you the snowfall forecast in a bit. We're going to give it a wide berth, basically right around Idaho Falls to near Pocatello, into the bench areas, also back up towards Arco and Mackey, some of the highlands there as well. But really, this is going to be a matter of miles, and this band may end up to be a case that we've given it way too wide of a berth in the forecast. And on either side of it, it may be just a few miles going from little to no snow to several inches of snow falling and impacting folks, and even some of the travel this afternoon into this evening. And you'll see that band kind of hang around through this evening and into the overnight hours. It'll be around by the time we get towards sunrise tomorrow, but the snowfall with it will be the strongest this afternoon into this evening, and not too long after midnight. So going back to the forecast, we talked about it being cold the past couple of days. Today is going to be one of the coldest days, where it's likely not going to get out of the 30s until maybe get back towards Mountain Home and Glenn's Ferry. Otherwise, 20s and 30s across the board for this afternoon. With the snow this morning, this is not going to be widespread this morning, just some snow showers around, although maybe a little bit of potential of widespread snow up along the Montana divide back towards Ledore and also up towards Gilmore Summit. There are those winds. These winds really pick up after 9 a.m. this morning, and they're strongest from Pocatello back to the south and to the west, and some of those gusts over 40 miles per hour. We're going to be concerned again with that strong crosswind downslope around Yale and Idaho. Those gusts easily could be over 50, if not closer to 60 miles an hour at times today. You'll see those winds picking up again during the afternoon. There's the beginnings of our band of snow. You'll notice that a little higher amounts in the benches. We're also expecting an uptick in snow along the Bear River Range, portions of the Big Holes, also up towards the Pioneers and the Sawtooth. And that trend will continue into this evening. You'll start to see the focus of the snow in that area we've been talking about. And you notice that wide berth we've given the forecast. So anywhere in this area, keep attuned to the forecast and road conditions this evening just to see how things set up. And this is probably and likely one of these events. We won't really know where that band's going to set up and how it's going to move overnight until we're right in the middle of the event. Winds continuing this evening but starting to die off, and they really die off overnight, but still some gusty winds, a little bit of blowing snow expected with the wind today into this evening across the area. Now, we've been showing you from time to time, we give you a specific snow forecast, say 2 inches, 4 inches, 4 to 8 inches. We can look at the probability of snowfall exceeding a certain amount. So we've been talking about the Big Holes today, also the bench areas, the Bear River Range into the Central Mountains. Those some of those folks seeing 2 to 6 inches in the higher elevations. You can see a pretty good chance of seeing more than 2 inches. That includes under the band. The official forecast when that band's 1 to 5 inches. Now, we go into that 4-inch or more category. Little higher amount still in the Big Holes, the Bear River Range, the bench areas from around Pocatello up to Idaho Falls, but still decent enough that that higher end forecast, 3, 4, 5 inches, is definitely not out of the question with that convergence band. And also, we continue to see some potential for 4 inches or more, especially in the higher elevations of the Central Mountains. Now, once you get to 8 inches or more, that's pretty much gone. There's a remote chance of with some of the bench areas to the east of Fort Hall, we might see maybe 6 to 8 inches of snow, and also down across the Bear River Range. But 2 to 6 inches for the mountains, 1 to 5 under that convergence band. That's a really, really good bet for the forecast with this particular event coming. Now, for tomorrow, not much temperature change, maybe a degree or two warmer. We might see a couple of more places hitting 40 degrees, but still otherwise 20s and 30s across the board. Very light snow continuing, most areas seeing less than an inch, and some of the higher elevations could see an inch or two for tomorrow. We go into Thursday, here come the warmer temperatures ahead of the next storm, with most of the snow falling in the Tetons along the Wyoming border, also with southerly flow upslope into the Wood River Valley, the Pioneers, Sawtooth, and some of the surrounding mountain ranges there. Also, from right around Shoshone, the lava beds up towards craters of the moon. Friday continues to warm up. Not much in the way of snowfall on Friday, and Saturday we continue to really warm up, and that's why we're introducing the chance of rain and snow in the lower elevations with temperature warming up as we head into the Easter weekend. So once again, more snow showers. It's going to be breezy in much of the region today. We are watching for one of these convergence bands setting up. Temperatures in terms of being the coldest during this period of time today and tomorrow, and then with the next storm or two reloading after the low moves east today, we're looking at more occasional snow, rain and snow by the weekend in the lower elevations. Have a great day. Make sure you stay abreast of the latest forecasts, road conditions. Be careful if you're traveling out there today, everyone.